Hey guys, and welcome back to theBSofSociety. So, I think the last thing we can cover are the shops. So, the event shop is like the big one, for all events. This is where you can get a lot of good resources and also some of the event units, right? From what I can tell, every event shop will usually have at least one unit priced at like 8,000 currency. Um, and then they might have like another ship that's like 2,000. And then you can get like gear, customized like gear costume or whatever, or a gear skin, so that we can kind of change the skin of your gear, um, which is visible in battle. And then you have like gearboxes. You have oil, snacks that you can get, coins. Um, like gear enhancement stuff, all that good stuff, right? And blueprints as well that I was mentioning in the last video. Now, in comparison to Girls Frontline, I like this system a lot better because you don't have to grind for ages to get just the units alone, right? Now, you do have to grind for ages if you want everything else, but it's entirely optional. Now, here's the deal. To get enough currency for the units alone, pretty much you can just rely on your dailies. I think you can get like 1,000, like 900 to 1,000 currency per day, just relying on your dailies. And all you have to do is basically make sure you can build 3 ships every day, and then do your sorties every day, and do like 15 battles. Woo! Easy, super easy, compared to Girls Frontline, where you have to farm a stage about 500 times just to get a unit. Easy, right? And like I think the easiest stage for me that I can do without having to like, be fully awake to play it, I get like what, 40 at a time, maybe? But, again, I can rely on my dailies. So there's no pressure for me to play. I barely played this current event, and I already have enough for the 2 units. Excellent. I didn't have to farm it. Now, again, though, these units are also buildable. So you might get them and save that currency and be able to get yourself 5,000 more oil if you wanted. I also like that system. Okay? It's quite nice instead of having to farm a stage 400 times for 2 T-dolls. And then do the next set of stages just to get 3 T-dolls. Seriously, I farmed 500 units and only got 1 of those T-dolls. 1! God! Absolutely ridiculous. Now, then you have your coin shop, which you can kind of get some basic stuff along with, other gearboxes and all that. And then you have your merit shop, where you can get some other stuff as well. And you can use your merits from PvP. You have like a specialized shop or whatever. Haven't really used that too much. And then you have your guild shop, which, you use your guild tokens on. Now, something I forgot to mention with the enhancement of ships. There's these things called like booleans or whatever. Purple ones can enhance purple tier and under. Gold tier, I believe, can only enhance gold tier. And specialized tier, I would imagine, would be for the PR ships. I haven't used them, though. Gold tier booleans you usually get like once a week from your weeklies. You can also get those out of the merit shop. There's another shop I didn't mention that when you retire your ships, kind of like when you dismantle your T-dolls, you get dummy cores. Here you get like medals or whatever that you can use. Like you can use 80 of them to get the SR ship that's right there entirely for free. You can use them to get a bunch of other ships, but then there's a second like little part of that where you can get other resources as well, such as submarine gear. So it's pretty useful, but you can also get these booleans. Now, these booleans are basically used as your dummy cores, right? So you know how you use your dummy cores in Girls Are Online to basically act as a duplicate? That's what these booleans are. So they're very, very, very useful for dummy linking, right? So that way you can limit break your ships, all the way up to max with ease. And to be honest, if you're farming this game a little bit more casually, I have probably 2 rows of gold booleans and probably 4 rows of the other ones. Because per week, the purple ones you get 3 of, not counting what you get from the shop. So they're pretty useful. And you get plenty of them for sure. And then like I said, if you use the merit shop, you can get an extra and all that, right? The guild shop is good for getting some of your higher rarity resources, right? So another reason to be in a guild. Sometimes you can get more wisdom cubes out of these shops as well, so you can get more gacha pulls. So these shops are very, very useful, and I really like how useful they are. I think there was one more thing I wanted to mention for events, but I can't remember what it was exactly. I think. Oh yeah, gear. Unlike Genshin and Honky, all gear in Azur Lane are free to play, and I love that. I hate gacha games that force you to also gacha for equipment. Destiny Child is also another one like that. Dark Summoner never required me to pull for gear. Maybe you had to pull for skill points, because skills also require duplicates, but you never had to pull for gear. I hate gacha games that include equipment gacha. It's the worst gachas that I've had in gacha games. Because units are like 1,000 times more useful. Because it gives me much, much more to farm than equipment. And when equipment is gachaed, oh my god. Again, imagine you spending $1,000 for a unit in Arknights, and then also have to spend $1,000 just to get a staff of Homa for them. Genshin! Actually, more specifically, Mihoyo! Yeah, so you can get equipment entirely for free. Now, some stages will drop blueprints, like blueprint parts for these equipment. I think gold requires like 25, but it kind of depends. I think some blueprints use less, some use more. I could be wrong though. And then there's actually a rarity higher than gold, which is like a rainbow type. Which I know like the torpedoes are bought in like the specialized shop or whatever. Oh, there was one shop that I missed. Yeah, because there's another currency you get off of hard stages that you use to basically be able to get like more ships and all that, and then there's the specialized shop. It's this other shop that I missed that you can get like a gold torpedo or whatever, or not a gold, but a rainbow torpedo that you can put on your ships. And I think and submarines use torpedoes, and I think that's equitable to them. So there's that as well. As you can tell, there's not that many issues with Azur Lane. Maybe besides the submarine, which is probably a little bit more of a personal issue. Azur Lane, I feel, is probably... I mean, you can't really get perfect with a lot of things, but... Ow. I would say Azur Lane is a perfect gacha game for free-to-play players. Yeah, you don't get a lot of gems, obviously, which with how much I pick on Mahoyo, they do give plenty of crystals and primo gems. Um, if Azur Lane was made more like Arkanites with its gacha currency, to where you got gems a little bit more regularly, or there was like another currency that you could exchange for gems, or maybe if you got gems when you initially 3-starred a stage or something, just having more sources for gems, this game would have been the perfect gacha game. I mean, the absolute perfect gacha game for free-to-play players. Like, it's basically one step behind the perfect line. Honestly, it's just the gems. That's it. Everything else is absolutely perfect. Even the community is perfect. Like, I don't think I've ran into one toxic person yet on Azur Lane. It's amazing. You know? So Yostar, take that one thing you did right in Arknights, for the primes, and find a way to add like something that you can exchange for gems into the initial 3-star clears. Even if it's not paid for, that would be perfect, right? I would say Azur Lane is more of a gacha game to use to compare to other gacha games. That's why I've been comparing it to Girls Frontline, Genshin, and all that. With the equipment, the gacha pulls, the logistics, and all that. It's amazing. And I do like the fact that they do rerun events, so that way players can keep their gacha, especially old players can keep some of their cubes for future events. And this is something I like about Girls Frontline too. Girls Frontline does rerun through events, so that way you can hold on to your currency if you're like a older player, while newer players can still get the older units with a little bit more ease. I do like that system. It does help. But I think this will be the third and final part of Azur Lane. I think I've pretty much covered everything. Maybe just one little personal thing. You know how when you oath T-Dolls, they get like that one extra line that they always can say now? I don't understand why the talking lines of the ships are associated with their outfits. It's actually really, really weird. Because like when you don't have somebody oath, obviously they're not going to like it where you touch them. Right? For example. But then when they have their oath outfit, they all of a sudden start liking you touching them there. But then when you put back on the normal outfit, they don't like it anymore. It's weird. It really is. That's just a personal thing. It's just weird. Anyways, next video I'm going to start talking about Epic 7. And then I'm going to get into Destiny Child. And then, like I said, I might cover Dark Summoner. So we'll see. Anyways, talk to you guys later.